Welcome to the HVAC program here at Patrick County Community College. We're going to show you some of the things that we teach here in the class and the things that go on with all the HVAC. We've actually added new programs. We've got geothermal, we've got solar, heat, and we're going to show you some of this today. Right here with me is Adam. He's going to show you a trainer that we're actually building in the classroom. This program here, Adam, go ahead and turn it on and be simulating it here. This program here, he can actually show here, this is high-speed fan. Okay, let's show the cooling. Cooling here shows that it automatically goes in when his thermostat kicks on. It cut his outside unit on. His indoor blower will come on. All the components here, they have to know exactly how each one of these components operate, what makes the components operate, and they actually have to be able to draw the wiring schematics for it. Switch it to heat. When it goes to heat, turn it up. When it goes to heat here, this is on a time delay because we're using sequentials for this. So the program is going to take a second or two to come on with us. Adam, what have you learned a little bit right about this right here now?
Each one of the components control different parts of the simulation of the air conditioning unit. Each time that you turn the thermostat into a different setting, it turns on different components.
Okay, so basically this is, if we put this in the field, it would basically be just a heating and air conditioning system, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay, now we're talking about here where we're actually making our duct work. The students actually learn to fabricate all the duct work that goes into the house. They have to size it, they have to calculate what size it's going to be and fabricate here. And what we have here, we've got Brandon here with us, and he's fabricated transitions. He's got two different types of transitions here. He's got a plenum box here, which is a base part of his plenum. And Ricky's actually turning the drive edges on this ductwork. All this ductwork that you see sitting here is actually going into a house for the Habitat for Humanity in Carver. The class here actually builds the ductwork, puts it in the house for them, and it helps a lot with each one of them as they're doing it. And it helps the community because each one of the guys is going to average about 25 hours of community service as they do it while they're fabricating. And if you look overhead, every bit of the ductwork that's hung in here, which we heat and cool our room with, the students fabricated all of this ductwork. So that helps, with what they're doing. They actually have 3 systems in this program here now that actually heat and cool this room. So they're getting a lot of hands-on to this part. Okay, now also we work on oil furnaces, gas furnaces. What they're going to do is do a little bit of a demonstration here with an oil furnace. Oil furnaces, they learn how to take them apart, how to assemble them back together, set them, clean them. And what Scott's going to show you here is going to show you how our transformers arc, how he tests. Is one way to test a transformer by using a screwdriver. Right. We got a meter that we test this with too. And the components that we're showing here is actually the oil nozzle assembly, the pump, and then Tommy and them has serviced this oil burner here. Tommy's actually going to show you what it will look like if you could see the flames when he shoots it, when it comes on. This is actually, now what they'll do is they'll have to adjust each one, set the flames for the furnace that they're using. They have to know what nozzles to use. And they'll go from there on each one of the parts that they're using. Okay, now what we're going to be showing you is a heat pump. What this is going to be here, Francisco here is showing us a 13-seer heat pump. We built this simulator in class, and this is where they actually get hands-on like they would in the field. Each time that we go out in the field to work with different units and all, this is actually one of the units that you would be working with. And what Francisco's doing here, he's actually setting the unit. He's going to check the superheat on this unit here while it's running. He's actually going to take his temperature readings off of his suction line. He's going to convert his pressures to temperatures, and then he's going to subtract with it. Okay, and that should give it. In the manufacturing, all manufacturers now recommend that all heat pumps be set by superheat or subcooling. That's what we make sure they test. They're using the heat pumps now going higher and higher efficiencies. They're getting all the way up into 20-seer units now. So as of this coming January, they're going to have to be up to 15-seer now. So the government's made changes. We keep up with that in the program, letting the students know what's being done, how to train, checking the superheats on them, how to troubleshoot them, and how to install them. Okay, here we've got a geothermal system that the students are actually building in classroom. We're actually going to run this in the classroom to train with geothermals. Tommy here is actually, they've been working on this and building it. He's got his pump system down here. He's got his expansion tank up here. They're actually piping this into the coil section, which we have here behind me, and Tommy's got. This here is actually our main part of our geothermal. This is where our compressor system is and our fan system. With this here, we're actually using geothermal for the outside. The coil section here is buried in the ground. It actually absorbs heat in the ground because the Earth's temperature is different temperatures. You can actually cool in the summertime from using the Earth's temperatures because the temperature outside, the temperature of the ground is 60-some degrees or below. So we can actually pull the heat, pull the coolant from there, extracting the heat from there, bring it in, circulate it through our system here. And as we show here in the book, there's different types of this can be done. This here is actually the coil section that we're using here. This is showing a loop section here. This is showing a single loop. Then we actually have what we call pond and lake coil sections. Different ways. You can also use a well system to build this. If you're using a well system, you actually drill the wells for this to make it actually heat and cool in your house. These systems here are becoming more and more popular because of the efficiency of them. These systems are high efficiency units. They're expensive systems to use. They're expensive to use, but they actually work very, very well. Lifespan of one of these is 25 to 30 years. The HVAC field here at the Patrick Henry Community College, we teach all the newer technologies. We try to keep all the students updated as they are learning in the field to come forth. Also in this field, there's a job that's always there. Everybody's got to have heating and air conditioning. In commercial homes, everything has to have heating and air conditioning. In our program here this past year, over 3/4 of our students that graduated this summer are working in the field already. And they're making fairly good money. They're making anywhere from $9 to $11 an hour starting out. The students, as they learn more and more, they will go further. We also offer the apprenticeship program. You do a 2-year apprenticeship program. After you've taken the class, then you can apply to take your journeyman's test. If you have any questions or information, feel free to contact me here, Mike Bryant, at Patrick Henry Community College. And thank you.